and welcome back to the Bella Grace podcast. I'm your host, Teresa Mitchell, and this week we are continuing on our series of From Chaos to Clarity. And this week we are talking about reclaiming your energy, how to refuel without burning out. So again, welcome back. I am on the tail end of recovering from being on vacation for a week. And before that, my daughter graduated. And then I came back from vacation and I was super sick. So here we are. We're picking up where we left off. And I'm super excited to be back. And my vacation gave me some insight, some clarity, and I'm ready to share that with you. So, like I said, I'm Teresa Mitchell. I am a freedom mindset and recovery coach. And today we're diving into something that so many high performing clients struggle with, which is reclaiming your energy without burning out. If you are a veterinarian, a healthcare worker, or a high-level leader, I want you to hear this clearly. You don't have to earn your rest. You don't have to burn out to prove your worth. And today we're going to walk through 5 simple but powerful strategies to help you refuel in a sustainable way. So step 1 is identifying what's draining you. Start with a simple energy audit. What tasks, people, or environments leave you feeling depleted? And get honest. Sometimes we don't want to admit that certain things drain our energy. We might think that we are an extrovert when in all actuality, social situations drain us. Likewise, we might think that we truly enjoy alone time, but then we feel even lower energy levels or more depleted when we're sitting at home twiddling our thumbs trying to quote unquote relax, right? So energy is not a one size fits all. Everybody gets and loses energy in different ways. And even if you are an extrovert, social situations can drain you. So we have to figure out how to find balance and how to regain energy without burning out. So I was at the very beginning of my journey of recovery burnout. I decided to do all the things. And so I put self-care on the schedule. I put yoga, I put nail appointments, I put massage appointments, I did coffee with friends. I packed my schedule with all of the things that I knew usually refuel me. But then my schedule was so busy that I was just as burned out as I was from what I was trying to recover from. So this episode is all about helping you find balance so that you can regain your energy without burning out. Okay, so the energy audit, it may sound daunting, but please know it doesn't have to be. It is a simple act of making an inventory, really paying attention. If you keep a calendar, this is an easy place to turn to. Look at your calendar and say, how do I feel after this meeting? How do I feel after I have this social interaction with this person? How do I feel when I have to go grocery shopping? How do I feel when I fill in the blank, right? So it's really just taking an inventory and an audit of how certain people, places, and things leave you feeling afterwards. And you may not be able to get rid of all of them, but at least it will start to give you an idea of where your energy is going and why. So if you get very depleted from grocery shopping, then why not try to splurge a little once a month and do grocery delivery or Walmart pickup instead of going to the actual grocery store? And then you can use the time that you would normally be at the grocery store to do something else, like paint your fingernails or go for a walk or talk to a friend or read a book, something that is going to give you energy back. But we can't do that unless we know where our energy is going. And that starts by taking an inventory. So you can, again, look at your calendar. You can make a list. You can journal throughout the day. Maybe you take voice memos after you leave a meeting and just record how you feel. Record how you feel after you leave a friend's house, after you leave a coffee date, after you are finished cleaning the kitchen at the end of the night. Just some way to record how you're feeling after you do certain tasks or leave certain environments or hang out with certain people. And be honest with yourself. Don't sugarcoat it. Be brutally honest, because this is the only way that you're going to have a clear-cut picture of where your energy is going and why. Step 2 is set energy boundaries. So boundaries aren't walls, they're wisdom. You can protect your time and still be compassionate. Saying no is not an act of selfishness. It is an act of self-respect. Okay? So we need to know what our boundaries are, and that comes from our audit. So if we know that grocery shopping leaves us depleted, then we need to set a boundary around grocery shopping. Maybe we do it when we have time to then relax for a few minutes to decompress. Maybe we alter and do grocery pickup once a month. Maybe we ask a friend to do some grocery shopping for us, or ask our husband to pick up some things on the way home from work, or your wife. But just really understanding what boundaries you need to set, setting them, and then sticking with them. So whenever we disrespect our own boundaries, we are telling people that it is okay to disrespect our boundaries. So we need to be respecting our own boundaries if we expect anybody else to respect them either. So I know that's a hard truth, but we really, really have to get into the habit of saying no to things that don't respect our boundaries. We are showing ourselves that we can be trusted. And I've talked about this time and time again, but it is so important to build trust with yourself. And that comes by showing yourself that you can be trusted to respect your boundaries. Other energy boundaries might look like limiting time spent with certain people. So if you are regularly invited to a weekend barbecue at a friend's house, and then on Monday morning you go to work hungover, tired, and totally depleted, but you still want to go, maybe we set a boundary around, okay, I will go, but I'm going to come home at 5 o'clock instead of 10. That way you have time to get home, prepare for the week ahead, maybe do some meal prep, maybe just sit on the couch and watch TV or read a book. But that is another way to set a boundary, is to set time limits on time that you spend with people at places or doing certain things. You don't have to get rid of them completely, but you can set some boundaries around it to protect your time and energy and peace. Okay, so step number 3 is refuel intentionally. Not all rest is restorative. Scrolling on your phone for an hour is not the same thing as going outside for 15 minutes or having 15 minutes of stillness. We have to be doing things that truly nourish us. Okay? So what truly nourishes you? I am on my health food journey, and I am really realizing what food nourishes me and what food just feels good, right? So, yeah, a greasy cheeseburger and french fries feels good, but does it really fuel me? After I eat that greasy cheeseburger and fries, am I ready to hit the road and get things done? Or am I exhausted, depleted, and needing a nap? It's kind of the same thing with your rest. When you are resting, once that rest period is complete, do you feel better? Do you have more energy? Are you ready to get up and slay the day? Or are you ready for a nap? Do you feel worse about yourself? If you are sitting on your phone on the couch, doom scrolling for an hour, and you're calling it rest, when that hour is over, do you feel better about yourself? Do you feel better? Do your energy levels feel better? That is going to be a barometer, a temperature gauge as to whether or not you have truly rested in a restorative manner. So oftentimes whenever I doom scroll, I get off the phone and I'm like, oh crap, I just wasted an hour. Ugh. And I feel worse than I did before. Rarely do I ever end a doom scrolling session and I feel better. Maybe that's just me, but you really want to think about what refuels you. So for me, a walk around the block, sitting in the grass, laying on the floor, those things are truly restorative. When I get up, I have a clear mind. I'm ready to hit the road. I'm ready to check things off the box. I feel much better. I feel restored and ready to slay the day. So is your rest really refueling you, or is it depleting you further? If you think that energy refueling is a one size fits all, you might think that rest looks like going to the spa or getting your nails done or going to play 18 holes of golf. But what if you suck at golf? What if when you're done, you're hot, you're sweaty, you're frustrated, your feet hurt, you have a blister, and you hate life more than you did when you started? I'm laughing, but it's true. Do not just turn to what everybody else does for rest. I want to invite you to figure out what rest looks like for you specifically. What refuels you? Maybe it is 18 holes of golf. Maybe that is so relaxing to you. Maybe being out there in nature and just being in the sunshine is totally refueling to you. That's great. But we got to figure out what works for us. It is a unique journey to you. No one person is going to have the same refuel plan that you do. Some people might look at you and say, you're crazy, you're busy all the time, none of that is restful, what are you doing? But if it works for you, that is all that matters. So how do you refuel? If you have no idea, I'd be happy to walk through that with you. That's actually one of the things that I do, is help people figure out how to rest intentionally so that it is refueling them. So if you need to hop on a call with me, holler at me. I'd love to walk through that with you. Okay. Number 4 is schedule your recharge time. Put it on the calendar. If it's not scheduled, it is optional. Schedule time for things that fill you, not just require output. Okay. So as I shared, I was recently on vacation, and there are parts of vacation that refuel me. There are parts of vacation that drain me. So I love to explore. I love to see new places. I love to take in the beauty. I love the beach. I love being by the ocean. All of that refuels me. The part that drains me is the hustle and bustle of trying to catch the right train, trying to get on the right bus, trying to make sure we have all of the snacks, trying to make sure that we set up our beach area without getting a bunch of sand on everything. All of that is stressful to me. Finding a grocery store in a foreign country, and making sure that we have snacks that appeal to everybody so that nobody feels left out. Like, all of that is a little bit exhausting. All of that is output, right? But the end product is that I then get to lay on a beach towel and just listen to the ocean waves while my family does what refuels them, which is play sand volleyball. I don't like sand volleyball. I don't like sports. I don't like having to hit the ball. I don't really like chasing after the ball. I don't like the sand in my face. Like, I love watching them. I love laughing at them, but I want to be laid out on a beach towel, just enjoying all of it. Right. So I am finding balance in my refuel time. So it takes a little bit of work to get there. But once I'm there, I make sure that I carve out time for me to sit on the beach towel. So no, I didn't schedule every activity on my vacation, but I do make sure that I have scheduled relaxation time even on vacation. But I do that at home too. And it is so important for us to schedule it. If you look at my calendar, you will see blocks of time where there is nothing on it. It literally just says unavailable. And I am unavailable during that time. During that time, I might be sitting at my dining room table enjoying a quiet lunch. I might be at a coffee shop enjoying a nice cup of coffee or a tea. I might even just be sitting in my car in a parking lot in between tasks. But for those few minutes, I don't scroll on my phone. I don't take phone calls. I don't check emails. I don't check social media. I don't do anything except relax. And for me, that means closing my eyes, letting the world slip away for a few minutes, and just laying there. Just laying there, doing a silent meditation, just listening, just being open to whatever is going to come to me, right? Ideas, thoughts, I just let them flow over me. I don't immediately hop up and start taking action on them. I let them come in, I invite them. I see if they benefit me or if it's just stress that's trying to invade my quiet time. If it is, I say, thank you for coming in, but I will deal with you later. Right now is my quiet time. But I have that scheduled on my calendar for a reason. Because if I don't have it scheduled, it will not happen. And I know that. So we have to make sure that we are scheduling time to refuel ourselves. Whatever that looks like. Maybe it's a walk, maybe it's yoga with a friend, maybe it's coffee with a friend, maybe it's time just sitting on the couch with a good book, maybe it's a hot cup of tea in the morning. Whatever it is, we have to schedule it in. There are things on my own personal calendar that don't show up anymore, but that is because I've gotten so much into the habit of it that I no longer have to have it on my calendar. I just automatically know every day at 10 o'clock, I am going to take a break. I am going to sit quietly. I'm going to enjoy a small snack. And then I will get up and continue my day. My brain already knows. And if for some reason I am busy all the way up until 10 o'clock, I start feeling my tummy rumbling and letting me know, hey, it is time for a break. And so it's really about scheduling it, seriously scheduling it, seriously putting it on your to-do list, on your calendar, setting an alarm on your phone until you get to a place where it becomes habitual. It's a habit. You do it every day, no matter what. And then you don't have to do the tedious work of actually scheduling it every single day. But until then, I want to invite you to regularly schedule time for things that fill you up, not just things that require output. Okay, number 5 is give yourself permission to feel good. You don't have to wait until you're on vacation or in a crisis to give yourself self-care. You are allowed to feel good in your daily life. So yes, vacations are amazing. And yes, it would be ideal if we could carve out a week every month to go somewhere and just disconnect and recharge. But that's not possible for everybody. I know very few people who that is possible for. So we have to get into the habit, get into the practice of creating vacation mode in the midst of our busy day. And as I shared earlier, for me, this looks like 15 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes at noon, 15 minutes in the afternoon, a few minutes in the evening where I literally just lay and don't do anything. That might look like cooking dinner and then pausing and sitting on the couch for 20 minutes before I get up and start cleaning the kitchen or picking up around the house, doing laundry, doing homework, working on the podcast, whatever it is. But taking just a few minutes to create that vacation mode in the midst of my busy day. Give yourself permission to do that. Excuse me, so that we don't end up in crisis mode. Crisis mode looks like burnout. It looks like exhaustion. It looks like fatigue. It looks like decision fatigue. So if we are giving ourselves permission to feel good, we are reducing crisis mode, activating. So I don't want anybody to ever have to live in crisis mode. I lived in crisis mode for years. It is not fun. It is depressing. It gives you a sense of hopelessness, like you can't see the light at the end of the tunnel. And friend, that is no way to live. And you start by giving yourself permission to take care of yourself and give yourself care throughout the week. It doesn't have to wait for the weekend. I am probably one of the busiest people I know. I do this podcast, I coach, I have an internship that I'm doing because I will be adding counseling to my coaching practice. I have a full-time job. I am in grad school. I am a mother. I am a wife. And I'm sure there's something that I'm missing. But I have to show up in so many different places at so many different times. And yet still, I find small pockets of places to take care of myself and feel good. So no excuses. If I can do it, you can do it. And if you have a laundry list of excuses, let's talk about them. Let's sort through them. Let's see if we can find small pockets of time where you can give yourself permission to feel good. Start with 5 minutes, then move to 10, then move to 15. The more you do it, the more open to the small pockets you are going to be. You're going to start seeing. They are going to start glowing and flashing at you like a neon sign. This is free time. This is free time. And the more you do it, the more you're going to want it. It's going to be completely foreign at first, but give yourself permission to feel good, even just for 5 minutes today, and see where that takes you. See how that makes you feel. Add that to your energy audit. How do you feel after that 5 minutes of doing something that feels good? I often talk about how even just going into my backyard and putting my grass in the feet for 5 minutes, or my feet in the grass for 5 minutes, is so reinvigorating. Start there. Go outside, take your shoes off, put your feet in the grass for a couple of minutes. Maybe it's not 5, maybe it's just 30 seconds, but see how you feel after. If you work in an office, maybe that looks like going outside and finding some grass on the property, or maybe even just going outside and sitting on a bench for a few minutes. When I worked at a specific job, there was a park at the end of the property that had these really cool waterfalls. It was called the Remembrance Park, and it was in remembrance of our fallen veterans. And so I would actually just go, and if you sat in the middle of all of those water fountains, water fountains, then you couldn't hear the street. It was just this really quiet, all you could hear was the roar of the water. And so I used to take time and go out there and just sit in the middle of the water and just close my eyes, take a few deep breaths. Imagine I was by the ocean, let the sun hit my face, and just enjoy a few minutes of quiet. And then I would go back to the office and tackle the rest of the day. So, what can you do to give yourself permission to feel good? Where can you find little pockets of time to feel good in your day, in your week, in your month, so that you don't get to crisis mode? Reclaiming your energy is not a luxury, it is a leadership skill. You lead best when you aren't exhausted. You live best when you're fully present. DM me if you want my free energy reset guide or my book, or to book a clarity call so that we can talk about what's draining you and how we can shift that. Until next week, guys, be well, be kind, and may you find some joy this week. Bye.